I'm Zach Dillon, and I would describe the music that I play to someone that's never heard me before as a little bit of Hank Williams Jr. and all those older traditional country music artists with a little bit of newer rock and roll and stuff like that. I've been playing and singing for probably about 4 years now, and started off, I got my first guitar when I was 14. Learned how to play, had probably 2 or 3 lessons, and God didn't really help me that much, so I just kind of said I was going to do it by myself, and just started playing bars and stuff like that back home, and here I am.
I woke up this morning with you in my head. Knew it was gonna be a bad day before I got dressed. Why are you still hanging around? Why did you do me this way? You're always on my mind, and in my heart is where you'll stay. I've been wrong a bunch of times, and I never should have said what was on my mind. But girl, you know I've never been close to anyone but you. If I could go back to that night, skip all the fighting, I'd do things right. I guess we'll never know if we chose the right road or we're just driving around in lost lovers town.
Probably some of my favorite idols in all the country music are right now pretty much Justin Moore and of course Jason Aldean, but in earlier generations I'd probably say, you know, Johnny Cash, really like Waylon. Probably my favorite activity out of the whole music business is probably touring, doing shows and concerts and stuff like that. Good to interact with the crowd and feed off them. If you don't have a loud crowd, then you don't have a good show, because you feed off each other, they feed off you, and you feed off them. So I've been dating a girl for a real long time, and she kind of broke up with me and broke my heart. So that's where I got the lyrics to that song. It started out, actually the first line I come up with is, "You always said you were my #1 fan," and kind of just went from there. She always said that to me, and then she kind of left me there, and I was just kind of alone. So that's basically why I wrote the song.
You always said you were my #1 fan, but girl, I don't see you sitting in the stands. You were my kind of crazy, you've got whatever it is, and you sure blew me away every time we kiss. I've been wrong a bunch of times, and I never should have said what was on my mind. But girl, you know I've never been close to anyone but you. If I could go back to that night, skip all the fighting, I'd do things right. Guess we'll never know if we chose the right road or we're just driving around in lost lovers town.
I see today's music scene kind of drifting away from country music and going a little bit more poppy, and I think eventually it'll drop back off into country music. It'll be more country than it is today. I was in high school, and I've always sang karaoke and stuff like that, but I just realized that country music was turning into something that it wasn't supposed to be. And it was supposed to be about broken hearts and raising hell and telling stories, and it's just getting to sound more like rap every day. And I just figured, I always like country music, and I just want to help them out and kind of get them back to where they should be, and because I just love playing guitar and singing in front of people and sharing my stories and things that have happened in my life with other people, and maybe trying to help them through their struggles and hard times and stuff like that.
I lost you, my world came crashing down. Now all I do is ride around. Yeah. I've been wrong a bunch of times. Never should have said what was on my mind, but girl, I've never been close to anyone but you. If I could go back to that night, skip all the fighting, I'd do things right. I guess we'll never know if we chose the right road or we're just driving around in Lost Lovers Town. Lost Lovers Town. Yeah.